Hey designer, Alex here, welcome to the channel and welcome to this new video series here on the channel in which we are going to talk about website design in Adobe XD. In this 4-part video series we are going to create website design for travel agency in Adobe XD. We are going to start with paper wireframes and then bring those paper wireframes to Adobe XD to create wireframes which we can share with our client. Then after that we are going to create design from those wireframes by adding images, icons, colors and more. And finally, in the last video of the series we are going to create different interactions, different animations and different hover effects. These videos are inserted from my new course Website Design in Adobe XD Travel Agency, and you can check it out on my website with a massive discount. Simply enter coupon code YouTube and you're going to get that massive discount. Or you can also check out my membership where you can get all of my courses, design products, product files for my YouTube videos, mentorship and much more. Links to everything I mentioned are going to be down in the description below, so you can check them out. Also, there's going to be a link to this playlist down in the description below as well. Now, in this first video, we are going to get started with paper wireframes and we are going to explore our layout and understand our website and our design brief a little bit more. So we are going to explore that, and then in the next video, we are going to jump into Adobe XD, bring our paper wireframes in and then start from there. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, as I said, in this video we are going to create paper wireframes and we are going to start with just a piece of paper and a pen, and we are going to skip the design brief part of this course because it's located inside of the course. So if you want to know and go in depth about the design brief, about the competitor analysis, why I have chosen to create all of these decisions and why I chose them to be like this, why I positioned the layout to be the way it is, then you have to watch the course to understand that in details, because as I said, the course is over 16 hours long, so it would be impossible for me to explain all of that inside of a single YouTube video. So to get started, as I said, what I have is a piece of paper and a pen. You can use any one you want, and for this video series here on YouTube we are just going to create homepage, and there are multiple other pages inside of the website, and of course there is responsive design as well. So to get started, what I like to do is to mark right here at the top homepage, and I simply like to write what I'm creating here, just so, for example, if I share these wireframes with anybody on the team or with the client, developer, whoever, so they understand what it is and what it should do and what it should represent. I also like to create an outline like this, so it goes from here to here. And as I mentioned multiple times in my previous videos, I don't really like to use rulers. I just like to do an outline like this because it makes me create much faster than with the ruler. So right here I'm going to put my logo, and my navigation is going to be in 2 lines. So the first line is going to be top line right here, and it's going to be plane tickets, newsletter and the phone number right here, and it's going to contain icons. So we are going to put a plane icon right here, we're going to put a newsletter icon right here, and I'm going to put a phone icon right here. Then here we are going to have these different elements. We're going to have destinations, winter, wellness, individual, cruises and about us. And because, as I said, I already have that in my finished design, I'm not going to put it right here. I'm going to just include it into Adobe XD wireframes so I can save you a bit of time. Then we're going to have the hero section right here at the top. So nice big hero section. We're going to write in, for example, Paris right here. We're going to have a line of text here at the top, and we're also going to have explore button. So you can simply write BTN when you don't know how this is going to look like, but as I said, because I do and the design is finished, I'm going to put it there. Here on the left and on the right, we are going to have 2 arrows. So users will be able to navigate between these sliders. And right here at the bottom, we are going to have the bottom navigation. So let me put my line like this. We're going to have 5 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is going to be BTN. So let's hit apply. and I'm going to put my arrow right here and call this BTN. Here we're going to have destinations, so I'm going to put an icon like this. We're going to have journey type, so users will be able to select which kind of journey they want to book. Here we're going to have a person walking, so activities. Which kind of activities do they want? Do they want, for example, river cruises? Do they want these long distance walks and stuff like that? And here we're going to have a search, which is going to expand towards the left and animate to fill in all of these sections. So once again, I'm not going to bore you with too many details in this particular video. We are going to do all of that in the next video when we get to Adobe XD wireframes. Here below, we are going to have special offers section. So special offers. And I'm going to bunch up everything just a little bit closer so I have enough space right here at the bottom. So here we're going to have a line of text, and then we are going to have first minute right here, and last minute with the icon right here. So first minute offers and last minute offers. Obviously first minute offers are the ones that came first, and the ones who grab it first are going to have the biggest discounts, and last minute offers are those offers which are running out of time, so you really have to catch them in order to get those benefits. So we are going to basically have just a card, and I'm going to create two of them because, as I said, we have first minutes and last minutes offers. Both of them are going to be the same in width, obviously, so I'm going to put my image right here. And I can also do right here for this BG, but we already know that this is an image. So we're going to have a rating right here at the top. I'm just going to put 1 star, but you can obviously include 4 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars, and we're going to explore that in the design. This, let's say Paris, London, line of text right here. We are going to have some icons like this, and we are going to have the price, so let's say for example $12.50, and we are going to also have the icon so users can select and go towards that offer. So once again, let's include $12.50. And as I said, I'm bunching these up so all of them will fit on my page. Obviously, you can use multiple pages of paper. It doesn't really matter, but as I said, I want to keep them condensed, and I'm going to explain in a lot more details once we jump from this stage to Adobe XD wireframes later. So we are going to have 3 more of these, so times 3, for example. So let's say 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and then at the bottom of each section we are going to have a button. So let's put a button right here, BTN, and let's put it right here, BTN. So basically this is going to show all last minute offers if they are more, and this is going to show more first minute offers if there are more of these first minute offers. Below that, we are going to include a full width section for a video. Once again, I'm going to narrow all of this down just so that everything fits. So you can see that we have this video section right here, and it can be a video on a loop, or it can be, for example, a video that users have to manually click to play. All of that depends really on 2 things: what your clients and users want when you do the user research, and also if your business is located in the country or region where the website speeds are not that good because of the internet connection and slow internet connections. Therefore, you will have to consider that when you are creating these sections which are on autoplay, for example. Below that, we are going to have European destinations. So let me write that down really quickly. And these European destinations are basically going to be exactly the same thing as these cards, just rotated the other way around. So we are going to have 4 of them right here, and they're going to expand towards this side. So users will be able to click and scroll between them. So let me create one which is not that high, for example, like this. So let me go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me close them down right here. Close them all at the bottom like this. Top of the card is going to contain an image like this. Below that, we're going to have all. So for example, if you have this by the continents, so all European destinations or Asian destinations or African destinations or American destinations and so on. So we are including that in the course. So this entire page is going to be much longer and much more information denser than for this YouTube video. And I did this just once again for the time's sakes. So here we're going to have these arrows, so left and right arrow like this. And in terms of information, once again, I'm just going to create one. So we're going to have the rating right here. So Paris, for example, description, and then these icons, so calendar icon and these four, for example. We are going to have the price, so let's say 450, and we are going to have an arrow which is on hover, for example, and it takes the user there. So we can write it right here. So for example, hover to target, which is a target page, for example. So we want users to hover when they see this arrow, which they don't see on hover, so they can hover the entire card, for example, or we can fix this section in particular to be on hover. So on hover, it's going to reveal, and they have to click right here to go to the target page, which is the offer page, for example, or destination page in this case, or whatever else is the case. Below that, we can have, for example, just one simple section with an image, for example, like this. We can put a background color, so I can do something like this. This is going to be an image, and for example, the text which says book your dream trip with us, like that. We're going to have a line of text and a BTN right here. Hey designers, sorry to interrupt myself, but I just wanted to quickly mention that you can get this practice file alongside every course and product I have ever made in my membership. You can get this practice file if you want to follow along this and every future video I make. A link is going to be down in the description below, so you can check it out if you're interested. Now let's get back to the video. So obviously this can go you can go in as many details as you want, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go into much more details into our actual wireframe in Adobe XD. So we can write in right here, for example, our top destinations, like this. Below that is going to be a line of text. Here we can include arrows, so left arrow and right arrow. And instead of 4 cards, for example, we can switch it up a little bit. We can include 3 different cards. So like this, 2, 3. And I'll have to definitely go to another paper because I'm running out of space right here, as you can see. What you can also do is you can divide your paper in 2 like this, for example, and then create one part of the page here and then move on to here. But I don't want to do that because I already have another piece of paper prepared just for this occasion. So I'm going to put my images right here at the top. So once again, we're keeping up with the consistency. We have the images either on the left side of the card or on the top side of the card. So it's much more easier than for developers to create the layout. Let's bring Maldives here, for example, and I'm going to put this sign which says the same, basically the same as this one, and I'm going to put my double arrow right here, which indicates just that this layout can move left and right depending on what users have clicked right here. And here we're going to have the Maldives description and the price, for example, 12.50, and we can include, for example, a background drop shadow on hover, let's say. So basically these 3 cards are going to be exactly the same, so I'm going to use that symbol once again. And below we are going to have testimonials, like that, description of the testimonials, and we are going to have a card once again with the image of a person, let's say the name, so James Martin, for example. Then we are going to have it the testimonial of that person, and below that, for example, traveled to Paris, let's say, for example. And then because I'm at the end of my page, I can either flip it like this, or what I'm actually going to do is just bring a new piece of paper, and I'm going to actually put my outlines like this, and like this, just to indicate that it continues right here roughly. So I'm going to move on from here. So we had testimonials right here at the top. Below the testimonials, what we can do actually is create some kind of a Mansory grid just to bring those offers closer to our visitors. So for example, we can do something like this, and you can obviously mix things up a little bit if you want to, but I'm just going to put 3 of them. You can put 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, however many you want. So I'm going to write in wellness here, for example, and put the price of $12.50, for example. This is going to be cruises. And once again, $12.50, and this is going to be skiing. And once again, $12.50, just for the consistency's sakes. These are going to be images, and we can put something like color overlay on top of images, and we can also put a drop shadow. For example, we can put, for example, drop shadow on hover, like this. Don't worry if you cannot read my description and my writing, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just showing you how you can use this empty space on your right hand side just to create some indications for your team, for your clients, so that you can expand that in a lot more details. Below that, what we can include is our partners. So let me bring this paper in just like this. So our partners, like this, we're going to put in a line of text below, and here we're just going to include, for example, 4 different logos, and I'm doing this rather quickly so that you can see. Then what we're going to do is actually copy this entire section, so with an image and a text, and simply put it here, but flip it around just for the interest sake of our visitor. So once again, we are going to put an image, and then we are going to put a background color like this, and I'm going to simply put text, line of text, and then BTN here, because we can include something a little bit different. For example, it says book your dream trip with us right here, but maybe it can say there's a perfect trip for anybody or something like that, and we can maybe even include a different text inside of the button if that's what layout requires from us. Then what I'm going to put right here is exchange rate, like that, and date right here. Then I'm going to put in a flag and the values, and I can put 3, 4, 6 flags, it doesn't really matter. It's just depending of your layout and the denseness of information that you want, but you can create this entire section to be scrollable group, so users can easily scroll left and right. You can even include one of these arrows that we use throughout our design here or here, and you can even, if you have a dedicated page for this section, you can put a button there, and they can click on that button and go to that dedicated page. So it doesn't really matter in my opinion. Then what we can create is a Q&A section right here near the bottom. So we can, for example, write something like prepare for your dream trip, like that. Then we can put a few lines of text here, and we can include one more button, for example, contact us or get a free quote or something like that. Then what we can do is include a question, divider, and then a plus icon right here, and then we can do the same. So I'm just going to put like this, so you can just imagine question, 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 and then here we're going to put plus icons, which we can then animate later in Adobe XD. So when users tap on one of these, it's going to turn from plus to X on this side. So I'm going to indicate my arrow right here. So all of them are going to rotate to this side, and then they're going to reveal the answer to that particular question. So users are able to learn more about these most common questions right here from this section without reaching out to customer support, for example, or going to the dedicated forums for these questions and answers and stuff like that. So most common questions you can always put on your homepage, because it's going to save your users a bunch of time when they reach your website for the first time. Finally, right here at the bottom, to finish this page off, we are going to include something like stay in the loop, like that. Put the line of text here, and I'm going to include my email field, like that. And I'm going to include a button which says subscribe, which you can also do if you're watching this on YouTube. You can subscribe to this channel and stay in the loop, like I said right here, about all things Adobe XD and everything else about these videos, tutorials, courses, design products, and much more. Finally, at the very bottom, we are going to include our footer. So I'm going to put our logo in the center right here. Then we are going to put in our navigational items right here. So all 6 of them, 2, 5, and just include like this, so 6. Then I'm going to include a divider, and I'm going to indicate that this is a divider, like so. Finally, I'm going to include social media icons, so Facebook, I can include Instagram, for example, and I can include YouTube as well, because once again, because this is a travel business, maybe they are dealing with videos a lot of the time, so therefore they have their own YouTube channel, for example. We can create original copyright right here, then put terms and privacy right here. And there we have it. We can simply round it off like this, and there is our paper wireframe. So before the end of the video, let's quickly run through what we created so far in this video. So once again, we are going to have 2-stage navigation here at the top. Basically all of the basic information are going to be here at the top, and the most crucial information is going to be right here at the bottom. In the full course, we are going to animate all of these items. We are going to include all of these different transitions and animations for each of them. We are going to include illustrations and a bunch of different things, but once again, for the time sakes and for these YouTube videos, because they are much shorter than the courses, they are going to be just these ones static, right, like this. Then we're going to have a hero section with the image. Users can tap left and right to navigate different sliders, and they can explore that particular location by clicking this explore button. Below that, we are going to have this bottom navigation with all of these different search terms that they can click. When they hit apply, it's going to take them to the next page, which we're not going to design on YouTube, but we designed it in the course, where they can sift through all of these different filters, and when they can reach that page, they can sift through additional filters for even more richness of information and for even more targeted information about that location, Paris in this case. Then we're going to have special offers, so first minutes and last minute offers times 3, just like these cards. We're going to have video section, then European destinations. As I mentioned, we're going to have multiple continents included in the course, but right here for the YouTube, we're just doing one of these. Below that, we're going to have book your dream trip with us, so basic text with the button and then image on the right. Top destinations, so 3 cards like this, navigable through these arrows, so users can click left and right to go between these, same like here. And finally, we have testimonials at the bottom, and then we extended all of that to here. And I forgot to include in the testimonials, sorry, we are going to have 0, 1 out of 4, for example, because we are going to have 4 different testimonials, and we are also going to include arrows left and right, so basically the same arrows as we did throughout our design, for users to navigate between testimonials because they want to see different testimonials. And obviously testimonials are going to change, so images, names, and destinations traveled to are going to change as well once they start clicking on these buttons. Finally, we are going to have these, which is the mensuration grid. We're going to have 3 different offers, so for wellness, cruises, and skiing, our partners and partners logos right here. This section, which is the same sections but flipped around, exchange rate with all the currencies and values, Q&A right here with the questions and answers. Once users tap on the question in hand, this is going to rotate to reveal the answer right here below. Then we're going to have stay in the loop for the subscribe, and finally we're going to have the footer at the very bottom of our page. So there we have it. This is our paper wireframe. This video went a bit long, but I wanted to explain it in as many details as possible. This is our paper wireframe for this YouTube class. As I said, we are going much more in depth in the course. We are going to create different pages with different wireframes, with different ideations, much more complex than this one is, and much more information rich than this one is. So once again, if you're interested in that and learning more about these details, you can enroll in the course. Link is going to be in the description below. Make sure to enter coupon code YouTube to get that massive discount, or alternatively, you can also jump into my membership and get the class as part of the membership with all of my other courses, design products, mentorship, Facebook group, which is private just for my students, and much more. So there we have it. I'm going to scan this now and bring it into Adobe XD. If you don't have a scanner, you can simply snap these pictures with your phone and simply bring it to Adobe XD like that. Simply put the image on your desktop, drag it and drop it into Adobe XD to get it inside. And as I said, in the next video, we are going to move on to Adobe XD and start creating our wireframe there, which we are later going to turn into design, and in the final video of this series to prototype and animate all of these different sections. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video, and I really hope you found some value in it. If you did, make sure to press that like button. Make sure to subscribe, because I upload new videos here on the channel every single week on design, passive income techniques, motivation and more. So make sure to check that out and make sure that you are subscribed. Also, don't forget to check out the course. Links are going to be down in the description below for that massive discount. Just remember, enter coupon code YouTube to get that massive discount, or you can simply go to my membership and get all of my courses, products, mentorship, Facebook group and much more there by simply getting that membership. Also, don't forget to check out the video playlist. Link is going to be down in the description below for everything that I'm mentioning in these videos, and make sure to check back next week for the next video. Thank you for watching and take care.